Hello, Twitch! Artemu here, and today we are continuing the Pokémon LeafGreen playthrough. Last time we finally arrived in Celadon City, where we took on the gym leader Erica and rooted Team Rocket out from their hideout in the Game Corner. So our next destination on this adventure is going to be Lavender Town, but before we head there, there's some business I want to take care of in here. Because there is a TM that I'd like to buy here for Brick Break. This will be important for something much later. And now I actually want to check out the Game Corner prizes, because it's something we didn't go over last time that I feel deserves to be talked about. So in here you can purchase prizes from the coins that you can buy or win inside the Game Corner. You can buy some items here. Smoke Ball allows you to run away from any battle you get into. Miracle Seed boosts the power of grass attacks. Charcoal boosts the power of fire attacks. Mystic Water boosts the power of water attacks. And the Yellow Flute, I believe, cures confusion when used on a Pokemon, which is very good. These are items that I will consider getting in the future. You can also buy Pokemon here. Abra, Clefairy, Pinsir, Dratini, and Porygon. Porygon being a Pokemon that you can only get in the Game Corner. It costs a lot of money, but it's pretty neat. I'd say it's worth it. And of course you can also get TMs here, which are very, very good. TM 13 is Ice Beam, a powerful ice attack with a chance of freezing. TM 23, I believe that's, yeah, Iron Tail, a very strong steel attack that has a, it's not the most accurate attack, but still pretty good. TM 24 is Thunderbolt, a very powerful electric attack with a chance of paralyzing the opponent. TM 30 is Shadow Ball, a ghost-type attack with a chance of lowering special defense, and TM 35 is Flamethrower, a very strong fire attack that has a chance of burning the opponent. So yeah, these are some very good moves that you'll probably want to teach to your Pokemon. Considering what's coming up and who my future team members are going to be, I'm thinking of getting the Shadow Ball TM. It's worth 4,500 coins. And buying 1,000 coins... No, 500 coins requires $10,000. I have enough for 35, but not enough for the... Not enough for the TM I want, but that's okay. The team is relatively unchanged since the last time. Also, I want to just go into the PC right quick, because something did happen between streams. I went out and caught a Vulpix to replace the one that got lost from the spontaneous reset. It doesn't have good of a nature as the last one I caught, but she's still pretty good. If you didn't pick Charmander, I highly recommend Vulpix. It's a pretty good fire type. Of course, Growlithe, which you get in Fire Red's also pretty good, but... Anyway, that concludes our business in Celadon City for now, so it's time to make our way back to Lavender Town. Now, in the last stream, we went and got a item called tea, and if we bring it into here... Oh, that tea, it looks awfully tasty. I can have this drink? Gee, thanks! Ugh. If you want to go to Saffron City, you can go on through. I'll share this tea with the other guards. Yeah, I hope you didn't backwash, buddy. So now we can access Saffron City whenever we want, thanks to that tea. I'm just gonna quickly grab an item from in here and leave. There's a bunch of stuff we can do in Saffron, but I'm gonna save that for later. You wanted this. TM29 Psychic. It's a very strong Psychic type attack with a chance of lowering the opponent's special defense. It's one of the best moves in the game and definitely one you'll want to pick up for your team. Personally, I don't think I'm going to teach it to anybody yet, but there might be something on the horizon that can learn this attack. Just want to check to make sure I got these berries in here. Oh. Well, at least I'm correcting this mistake, because these berries are pretty good. That lumberry we just got is a very good item. It's basically a handheld full heal, which can cure any status condition your Pokemon's afflicted with. But anyway, we're back in Lavender Town for some very, very important business. Now that we got the Sylph Scope from beating Giovanni, we can officially catch Pokemon inside Pokémon Tower. And there is quite a few Pokemon we can get in here. 2 of them I am gonna go out of my way to catch. 1 of them I'll only catch if I manage to run into it, because it's kind of rare. With that, let's make our way back to the top of the tower. Since I've already cleared out all the trainers, it should just be smooth sailing for us. Again, that area down there is a purified protected area where you can heal your Pokemon and just avoid conflicts with these Pokemon. So here is one of the Pokemon we can get in this area. Ghastly. What am I going to do to weaken this thing? Most of my attacks are very strong. Magical Leaf won't be bad, since as a poison type, Ghastly resists it. Yep, let's see how this works. Also want to be careful because these Ghastly could potentially kill themselves with Curse. Yeah, like that. When used by a Ghost type, Curse cuts that Pokemon's HP by half of its maximum in order to lay a curse on you. It's a pretty neat status condition. You know what? I'm gonna use this Nest Ball that we got in the Team Rocket hideout on this Ghastly. You can't normally get these Pokeballs in this game, so figure might as well. And with that, we caught ourselves a Ghastly. One of 2 ghost Pokemon we can actually catch in this game. The other one we can't get until post-game, but still, Ghastly is a very good Pokemon. Has high speed, high special attack, a lot of status moves like Confuse Ray and Curse. You can also teach it Toxic later to poison opponents. It's a very good Pokemon. And it's been a fan favorite for many years, so yeah, you'll definitely want to grab one of those. There's still one more Pokemon in this area. I don't know for sure if we can get it in another area, but I'm gonna try to find it in here. I believe they're more common on the top floors anyway, so shouldn't take too long to find it. Hang on, I'm gonna do a quick check on Cerebi so that I know for sure. Okay, it looks like it's the very top floor that I want to go to in order to have the best chances of running into this Pokemon. So, I think it's time we take on the boss of Pokémon Tower. I highly recommend that you use a water or grass type against what we're going to face now. Be gone, intruders! It's the ghost that was blocking our way before. But with the Silph Scope, we can see that it's a Marowak. The very same Marowak that was killed by Team Rocket. Let's go straight for the Vine Whip. This thing is pretty strong. At level 30, and with how high its attack stat is, it can be pretty devastating. But thankfully, I got Bella with me to just handle this thing with ease. The ghost was the restless spirit of Kubone's mother. The mother's spirit was calm. It departed to the afterlife. With that, we reach the top of the tower. Huh, Team Rocket's here. Neat. What do you want? Why are you here? Yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. We dealt with plenty of Team Rocket guys before. So it's just the same old, same old. This guy has a Golbat. The evolution of Zubat is very strong and very fast. Actually pretty good, but unfortunately you can't evolve it into the even more awesome Crobat until the post-game, so that's kind of why I decided not to use Golbat on my team. It's a good Pokemon, but it just takes so long for it to reach its full potential. This old guy marched right up to our hideout. Then he starts ranting about how Team Rocket's abusing Pokemon. So we're just talking it over as adults. Yeah, sure. Kung Pao should have a relatively alright time against this coughing. These things can explode, which can be trouble, but yeah, we'll handle this. Seismic Toss. Good work. And a Drowsy. So while we're clearing out these Team Rocket grunts, can I just take a moment to say how awful the weather up here has been? It's been snowing and raining and very windy for the last couple of days. This has just been a pretty awful spring, all things considered. It's so miserable and cold. And yet people still say that climate change isn't a thing. But no, fine, not digging out of here yet. Anyway, let's just finish off this last grunt. And then we can hunt for that last Pokemon I'm looking for. Double do back. That's fun. Rocks! Nice. I'm sorry, it looks like I disconnected. Don't know how that happened. Nah, man. Screw you, man. I'll fight you whenever I want. You're not getting away with this. Whatever you say. Now, before we talk with this man, his name is Fuji, by the way, I just want to quickly search for that last Pokemon that can be found here. This might take a while. It is pretty rare, so... I just don't know what was up with that disconnect. So strange. Well, this is a surprise. This is Haunter, the evolution of Ghastly. I might as well catch this one for the Pokedex. Ooh, that curse. Also, don't you swear at me. I'll catch you in a Great Ball. Just in case. Ah, shoot. Please don't do that again. Oh, come on! Let me catch you. Might have to go back to the purified area just to heal. Come on! Well, my Mian's going down. Alright, let's have Margarine put this thing to sleep. Then it should be easier to catch. Come on, Great Ball. There we go. Thank you, Margarine. You are too good to me. Because of its ability to slip through block walls, it's said to be from another dimension. Fascinating. Much like Ghastly, Haunter's a very good Pokemon. I definitely recommend adding it to your team if you'd like. Now I need to go revive Mimian, because of that stupid curse. Ah, geez. Probably gonna be in here for a while just because of how rare this last Pokemon is. And again, this is the only area we can find it until... Actually, I'm not even sure that. I know we can find its evolution later on, but... Hang on, I want to check. Yeah, this is the only area we can find Cubone. Marowak, though, can be found much later on. Definitely want to catch Cubone now, save Marowak for later. At least this is a good place for Mimian to get some, not only experience, but special attack EVs. Which will make Mimian even more powerful. What else to talk about? As you can see from the top left of the screen, I did draw some new art for Bella, now that she's evolved into a Victory Bell. And I'm quite pleased with this result, not just because the old art was... Well, the old art for her was pretty much just a gag, because of how just sickly she looked in that. But I'm quite pleased with the new art. I think it makes her look very cool and confident. I really do like Victory Bell. I think it's a really cool grass type. Come on, you gotta be around here somewhere. Mimian wants to learn Recycle. That is a interesting move in that if your Pokemon uses up an item, they can use Recycle in order to get that item back. Again, it's a weird move. I don't see much use for it on my team. Man, I'm just having some pretty bad luck here trying to get this Pokemon. There it is! Cubone. It's a ground type that knows some exclusive moves pertaining to bones. Cubone also has a very rare chance of holding an item called a Thick Club, which is an item that allows Cubone to, well, it essentially doubles their attack stat, making Cubone and Marowak a monster. Anyway, I poisoned this Cubone because I don't want to risk landing an attack on it and getting a crit or something. There we go. Caught ourselves Cubone. Because it never removes its skull helmet, no one's ever seen this Pokemon's real face. Cubone is one of the darkest backstories of any Pokemon in this series. That skull it's wearing is the skull of its dead mother. And on nights of the full moon, Own Cubone can be seen staring at the moon and crying because the moon reminds them of their mothers. Just a really tragic backstory for a Pokemon. And for that, Cubone has really endeared itself into my heart. But anyway, our business here is concluded. Came to save me? Thank you, but I came here of my own free will. I came to calm the spirit of Cubone's mother. I think Marowak's spirits finally left us. I must thank you for your kind concern. Follow me to my home, Pokemon House, at the foot of this tower. Hey, your Pokédex quest is one that requires strong dedication. Without deep love for Pokemon, your quest may fail. I'm not sure if this will help you, but I'd like you to have it. We get the Pokeflute. A very, very important item. The Pokeflute is an item that can awaken sleeping Pokemon. Not just on the overworld, but you can actually use it on your own Pokemon if they are put to sleep. And that will immediately wake them up. So because of that, awakenings are now completely useless. But anyway, let's check out these new catches. Ghastly is naughty, not the best nature for you. Naive. I think Naive is pretty good. I think that's negative special defense plus speed. That's pretty good. And, wow, we got the worst possible nature for this Cubone. Modest. Raises special attack but lowers attack. Oh boy. You're not very good, buddy. And you weren't even holding a thick club, so... yeah, that's very disappointing. I wasn't intending on using any of these Pokemon anyway, just caught them for the Pokedex. Speaking of which, how is the Pokedex? We've caught 37! Not bad! We're pretty close to getting another very good reward. Also, what's our current money at? Not bad. Once we get some more, we should be able to get that Shadow Ball TM I want. We're actually not entirely done with the Pokemon Tower. Well, we will be going back there later, but for now, it's time we head out. After I buy some more supplies. I want to buy a couple more Great Balls. Potions. Yeah, we're good on potions. See what we can sell. We have no more need for Awakening now that we have the Pokeflute, so I'll just sell those. Got this Nugget from the Team Rocket base. Black Glasses, I don't know who to give that to. Cleanse Tag, it's not really important. save that for later. Oh, I love the music in this area. It's just so bombastic. It's great. Route 12, north to Lavender. I believe there's something good we can get up here. My Pokemon's ashes are stored in Pokémon Tower. You can have this TM. I don't need it anymore. We get TM27. It's a move called Return, where the higher your Pokemon's friendship level with you, the more damage that Return does. It's a very handy item if you got a Pokemon with max friendship level. This will be good for a Pokemon we will catch later, but it's not gonna like me right away, so it's gonna take a while before we actually teach it Return. But for now, let's just clear up the trainers in this area. Fisherman Ned. Ned Flanders. So yeah, fishermen tend to use water Pokemon. Mainly water Pokemon that can be caught with a fishing rod. And there's a lot of them in this area, so definitely got to deal with that. Come on, Raffian. You can cook this fish. Very good. And a Poliwag. Let's let Bella handle this one. Good work, Bella. You know, I should probably teach her the Giga Drain TM that we got recently. I'll consider that for later. Because Giga Drain is stronger than Vine Whip, and does have that added effect of being able to drain HP. So definitely a good move. Be patient. Fishing is a waiting game. Yeah, I used to fish with my brothers and my dad when I was a kid. Pretty neat hobby, but not one I was particularly great at. Because you need a lot of concentration and a lot of luck to fish. And I was just a very energetic kid back then, so wasn't really the best at it. I did like it, though. Put you to sleep. I wonder what fish dream about. Probably dolphins or something. Speaking of which, why don't we have a dolphin Pokemon yet? Get on that, Game Freak! Better Rod, you can indeed catch better Pokemon. Want to keep that in mind for later. The Fishing Pool versus Pokemon Kid. What, so my name's Pokemon Kid now? Awesome. Hank. He's gonna fight us using propane and propane accessories. Flail. That's a pretty interesting attack. It does more damage the less HP your Pokemon has. But no trouble for us. I love fishing, don't get me wrong, but it'd be best if I also had more work. Whatever you say, boyo. Fisherman Elliot. Punch. I love that attack. So cool. And a horsey. Haven't seen that one for a while. You've got this one, Bella. Yeah, none of these trainers are really all that tough. I'm mainly just fighting them for the experience and the money. As we work hard for this money. And we need this money to buy items. It's not easy. Being green or what? Sure it doesn't. We got another double battle here. Let's see what they got. Hey Jess, if we win, I'll marry you. Aw man, now I'm actually tempted to lose this battle on purpose. I don't want to ruin their relationship. You didn't even bother evolving your Nidoran. You know what? Your marriage was doomed to fail anyway. I'm doing you two a favor. Burn! Mind Crush! Ah, that is good. You got nobody to help, Nidoran. Goodbye. Oh, but why? Because your Pokemon sucked! Oh, Gia, forgive me, my love! There is nothing that they will be able to forgive. Well, looks like it's finally time. What I highly recommend that you save right now. Because up ahead we have a Snorlax. And now that we have the Pokeflute, we can finally wake it up. And it's Grouchy! This is Snorlax. It is a very strong normal-type Pokemon with high HP, high attack, high special defense, and very, very, very low speed. Snorlax, a Pokemon that is great at taking hits and also dishing out damage. Although because of its low speed, it's not going to be sweeping many teams. It's mainly there just to take hits and do good damage. And it's because of that I want to catch Snorlax for my team. Ooh, yawn. That is a pretty annoying attack because it can put your Pokemon to sleep. Let Margarine out here. Headbutt. Ooh, as you can see, this thing hits really hard. I want to put you to sleep, see if I can weaken you a bit, and then go for the catch. Because the Snorlax is a bit annoying in that What is up with today? Just keep getting disconnected. Whatever, let's put this Lumix to sleep again. I'm getting kind of fed up with all this. Lower this thing's health a little bit more. Good, that should do it. Now that this thing's weakened and it's asleep, go for the capture. Yeah, come on. Don't you? At least I can regain health now that it's asleep. This is why I taught Margarine Dream Eater, so she can do high damage to sleeping Pokemon, while also restoring her health. It's a very good strategy. That Snorlax just attempted to use Snore. That's an attack that only works when a Pokemon's asleep. Would you kindly not do that? Give me your greens. Do one more hit, that should be enough. Good. Let's try to catch this thing again. There we go! We caught ourselves a Snorlax. Very lazy. Just eats and sleeps. As its rotund bulk builds, it becomes steadily more slothful. This is kind of gonna be a odd name, but I'm gonna name you Crunches. Yes, it's kind of odd to name a Pokemon this lazy after a type of exercise, but I think it's a good name. And now that the way has been unblocked, we can go back up here and talk to this guy. Because he has the item finder. And now that we have more than 30 Pokemon, we get the item finder. It's a very good item that allows you to see items that can't normally be seen. Let's bring this to the top along with the Poke Flute, because these are just really good items. Now, here's a fun little trick. If you stand in this exact same spot where the Snorlax was laying and use the item finder, we can dig up leftovers. This is an item that restores your Pokemon's health when held at the end of every turn, and it's a very good item. And now that we got that, why don't we head back to the Pokémon Tower? Because there's something we can now get up there now that we have the item finder. But before we go in there, it's time I make a difficult decision. Timid nature. Ugh, that's a very bad nature for you, but you're still a good Pokemon, so I think this can still work out. I want Crunches on the team, but it means it's time to say goodbye to one of our team members. And I feel it's gonna be Kung Pao. This is a pretty tough decision for me because Kung Pao has been with us since the very beginning. He helped us defeat Brock, he's been very helpful at taking on enemies throughout the game, but while he's powerful and fast, he's also very frail. He's not going to learn a lot of attacks outside of the fighting and normal typings, whereas Snorlax, with its great bulk and ability to learn a lot of attacks, while also being a good physical attacker, will just be... I think he's going to serve us much better on this team. I really enjoyed using you, Kung Pao, but it's time I let you go. But just look at that HP! I mean, holy shit, 144. Along with that, your offenses are pretty good along with the rest of the team. I mean, because of that timid nature, you're not really the best, but you're still good. So yeah, I believe this is the right decision to make. And now that we got all this money... let's head back to Celadon. We'll be taking care of that place later. Wait, why am I here? No, where I want to go is over here. So we've done a bit of gambling here, but we can also buy coins at this counter. For the low price of $10,000, we can buy 500 coins. And we'll want to do this until we have enough. Wait, I think that's barely not enough. God damn it. Oh yeah, my math was kind of off. I'm going to need at least 2,000 more dollars. But... and I know where we can get that money. First, I want to go into my TM case. And I want to teach Brick Break to Crunches. Get rid of Snore. I might still be able to make some use out of Rast, since it can fully heal Crunches. And because he has just so much HP, that'll be very beneficial. Go over here where this other Snorlax is. And we'll play the Song of My People. It's so grumpy. Let's see what Crunches can do against this guy. Not bad. 3 KO should be pretty good, considering your bulk. Did that seriously do the same amount of damage with a not very effective attack? Hang on a minute. Oh, right. Screw you. Now we're both asleep, but that's fine. Come on. Oh, that's right. Screw you, bub. Now I want to see something here, because that thing hit really hard. And again, if you use the item finder in this spot, we get a leftovers. But now that we caught that second Snorlax, let's compare those stats, because that thing hit really hard with a not very effective, with a neutral attack. compared to me hitting it for super effective damage. We'll just put you in there for now. Let's take a look at these two. So we got my first crunches, then we have my second crunches. That thing has, wow, less special defense, it has less HP, less special defense, and less speed, but much higher attack, defense and special attack. And this one also has immunity instead of Thick Fat. And Thick Fat's still a good one. Yeah, I just think with the extra power, that this crunches will be even better. I hate to do this, but sorry, crunches number 1. I think this is ultimately the better move. Let's teach you Brick Break. Let's get rid of Snore. Alright. Now that I got my new crunches, I'm gonna go over here to Cycling Road, which is an area you can only access when you have a bicycle. Also, if you go up here now, there's another scientist waiting for us. We need 40 species in order to get the Amulet Coin, an item that boosts how much money you receive from trainers. I only need to catch 2 new Pokemon in order to get the Amulet Coin. And it's a very good item that you definitely want to get. It's the Celadon department store. Neat. There's a long path over water far away. I believe that's referring to the Nugget Bridge. But we can go up here. And we're on a bike! Yay! What do you want? And of course there's a lot of bikers in this area, and they all want to battle us. Let's see how Crunches does in his first battle. Woo! Not bad! Almost took that climb around in one hit. Very impressive. Anyway, I went over to this area because not only is it close to Celadon, but there's a lot of trainers in this area who should be able to give us a lot of money. Don't you dare laugh. Ha, ha, ha. Nice bike. Hand it over. Love this guy's sprite. It's a cue ball. Get it? Because he's bald? Let's let Margarine handle this one. Because she is good against fighting types in general. Ooh. That hit kinda hard. Luckily, I've got Sleep Powder and Dream Eater. Good work, Margarine. Me. Should be good. One confusion should take you out. Okay, 2 confusions. Oh, that's nice. Come on, Margarine. Nice! Knocked itself out. I love it when they do that. Got another Machop for me. Knockout! Huh, this guy's been playing some Cuphead. Check that money. Nice. So we can finally afford that TM. We'll be going back to that route eventually in order to clear out its trainers. But for now, let's finally... Oh, wait. Finally buy the last coins we need to get that TM. One TM30, please. This is a good item, and I'm giving it to Crunches. Because ghost attacks are physical in this game, and Crunches has such good physical attacks, so this is a no-brainer to me. Get rid of Yawn. I love how the TMs get attached to the Pokemon's head. That's nice. Now that we got that, I think it's time we head back to the Pokémon Tower. Because now that we have the item finder, there's an item we can get up there. Let's just take the shortcut through Saffron. Excuse me, pardon me. Now I'm just gonna make our way to the top of the tower once more. Oops. I should really not do that in these cramped quarters. I feel bad enough using the speed up at all. Love the music in this area, it's so haunting. Now that we're back up here, after I deal with this... Oh, fun fact, the reason I gave Crunch's Shadow Ball is because ghost attacks do super effective damage against other ghost Pokemon. So that's just a great way to deal with the ghosts in here. Very nice. Now that we're back up here, we want to use the item finder in the spot where Mr. Fuji was standing. And you get a Soothe Bell. The Soothe Bell is an item that raises the "Are you freaking kidding me? I find this thing with no trouble now." Crunches, kill it like the rest. That's your punishment for showing up now. Ugh. Yeah, the Soothe Bell's an item that raises your Pokemon's friendship when held. It can be a very useful item for raising Pokemon like, say, Golbat. Unfortunately, Golbat is incapable of evolving yet, so probably want to hold off on that. That takes care of everything I wanted to do in Lavender Town. Next thing I want to do is head back down Route 12. Because the next destination for us is going to be Fuchsia City. First off, you wanna go into this house. I'm the fishing guru's younger brother. I simply love fishing. Can't be here to go without. Tell me, you like to fish? Brian, I like your style. I think we can be friends. Take this and fish, young friend. We get the Super Rod. The best fishing rod in the game. Also, this guy wants to see giant Magikarp. But that's probably a euphemism for something, so I'm not going to do that. Why don't we test out our new rod? so I'm gonna move this up here since this is such a good item. And let's use it in the water. I said let's use it in the water. There we go. The Super Rod, you have access to a lot more options than you had with the regular old rod. For example, we can get Krabby here, which isn't really that good in this gen because it doesn't have any physical water attacks to take advantage of its high physical attack. Let's poison you, and then we can go for the capture. Since we're only like 2 Pokemon away from getting the Amulet Coin, which will help us grind a lot of money. I want to definitely try to catch as many Pokemon in this area as I can. Let's use this Net Ball. It's an item that has a higher chance of catching water and bug-type Pokemon. Because what else would you catch in a net? That, we caught a Krabby. Its pincers are not only powerful weapons, they're used for balance when walking sideways. It's a decent Pokemon overall, but not one that I really need. Alright, let's have Crunches take out these Pokemon. Because he could use the experience, given that he's going to be a pretty important member of this team. Come on, buddy. That paralysis sucks. But I have a countermeasure to that. I can have Crunches use Rest, which not only restores his health, but also get rid of any status ailments. And even better yet, I can use the Poké Flute to wake him right up. Whoa! Voltorb, there's no need to act so drastic there. That thing went boom. Ooh, Electrode. The evolution of Voltorb. And they're quite mean. Let's see if we can rest up from this. Come on, Crunches, you got enough special defense to handle that. Of course, you get paralyzed again. Why wouldn't you? But at least we can heal up the damage and the paralysis. Let's use the Poké Flute again. So my goal for this stream right now is to get to Fuchsia City, so I believe that once we're done with all these routes and manage to get into the town, we'll call it. Let's take on this Electrode. Stop screeching me. Man, Crunches is at like, I want to say -4 defense now. Pretty mean. But we've handled this Electrode. No problem. Good work, Crunches. Your first level up. The first of many. I believe there's something good we can get over here. I'm searching for a moonstone. Have you found one? I found several. Just let's burn you down. Really proud of Raffian right now. She is very close to finally evolving, which will be just very good. In just 4 more levels, we'll finally get what I consider a very overrated Pokemon. I mean, it's good, but it's not like the second coming of Jesus that some people think it is. I love that Nidorino sprite. Love how it looks like it's in mid-pounce. It's just really cool. Burn you down. Stop that. There we go. Ow. I could have made my Pokemon evolve with a Moonstone. I would have won then. It would have been so ironic if that item we picked up was a Moonstone. Just saying. Let's use this iron. Let's give it to Raffian. She could use a bit more defense, given she's pretty frail. That reminds me, let's give these leftovers to Crunches. Let's give this other one to Margarine. That can help with Margarine's healing, and also helps Crunches with his tanking. You never know what you could catch. Like a cold, or what? Why does this guy have a level 24 Magikarp? This thing could have evolved into a Gyarados 4 levels ago. Then it would have actually been useful to you. Yeah. That takes care of that. Yes, you did lose it. I believe there's a Pokemon that we can catch in this area. We'll see. Huh, we could have gone Leaping Bell here, but we already have one. Are there any items here? There is! What do we got? A rare candy. Nice. And there's also Venonat here. Bug poison type, also learns several psychic attacks. Weaken this thing with cut. Good. Alright, let's catch this thing. Nice. Venonat lives in the shadows of tall trees where it eats bugs. It's attracted by light at night. That went pretty well. And with that, we now have 40 Pokemon. Which means if we wanted to, we could go back to... We could go back to the Cycling Road entrance and get that amulet coin. Yeah, let's do that now. Wish I had a Pokemon with Fly. I mean, I will have one eventually, but wish I had one now. Also, is there anything over here? Yeah, figures. I believe I can get something here if I use the Super Rod. Yeah, we'll try that later. Now that we're back to Route 16, we can finally get the amulet coin. This is a very good item. I'll want to hang on to this so we can get a lot of money for coins. It should be down here. Let's see if we can fish something up. Because I know that there is something we can get here that will be important for later. Ha, we can get Poliwag here. Let's weaken and catch you. I believe you can also fish up Poliwhirl, which will be helpful for later. Again, you'll want to catch as many Pokemon as you can in this game. At least 60. That we got Poliwag. Poliwag is pretty cute. I always like tadpoles. I'm gonna see if we can actually encounter a Poliwhirl. Because that would be very nice. Nope. Alright. I'm gonna stock up on supplies again, then we'll hit the road. So much money on our TMs, but we'll be getting more money soon. Now that we have the amulet coin, getting money is going to be very easy. Anyway, let's make a way back down here. Yes, they are. Should think about evolving them. I found Carbos in a cave once while I was spelunking. Good for you. Ah, so close. Slash you. Take that. Thank you for the delicious experience points. Hello there. My bird Pokemon wants a battle with you. Okay. This is a bird keeper. As you would expect, they use a lot of bird Pokemon. Took that Pidgey out, no problem. Pidgeotto. This should still be no problem for us. surprised you're able to outspeed that thing, Pine. Oh well, good work. Sorry, man. Should have gotten more Pokemon to compensate for your weaknesses. Hello. I'm told I'm good for a kid. We'll see about that. Susie. Let's see how you handle this. Very good. Meow. I should handle that no problem. I would have actually liked to get hit by that payday. Good work. Nice work. Now, that's not so nice. Should be able to handle this one, Crunches. Ooh, thanks for the extra money. Really appreciate that. Die! Yes, you did lose. Sure, I'll play with you, sweetie. Okay. See what you got, Lola. Just not a whole lot of variety over here. Again, we're still just encountering the same Pokemon we've been seeing over and over again. That's a problem I do have with these older games. Sometimes the variety of Pokemon you encounter in battle, just not very good. Later generations, I feel, do a much better job of diversifying what Pokemon you see in each area, and giving trainers actually threatening teams. I mean, we're still encountering Rattatas this late into the game. They're not threatening at all anymore. Oh, you little beast. I'm not gonna touch that one. What about some Pokemon me? Okay. What you got, Sheila? Clefairy, very nice choice. Unfortunately for you, it is over. Get a lot of money from those beauties. I need to remember to come back here later. Wow, your badges are too cool! Thank you! Looks like it's so windy outside. You can handle this. Ow. 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 It's called double slap. Why'd you hit 3 times? Not enough. Yeah. Examine that spot, you get a PP up. Very nice. Hello. My cute Pokemon wish to make your acquaintance. Okay. What you got for me, Gwen? A Pidgey. Take this. Very good punches. You know, I don't want to jinx this, but I'm glad that I haven't had any network issues right now. Thank you. Good. Look, look! Look to the left of that post. I think it's referring to the PP up we found. It's a little strange. We're supposed to go left from your trainer's perspective. Feeling so tired right now, but gotta push through. Gotta get to Fuchsia. Ooh, Vera. That is a big bird. Good work, Raphian. Just 3 more levels to go before we get my fire-breathing lizard. Well, the larger fire-breathing lizard. I mean, technically Charizard is not a dragon, so... Anything here? Nope. Alright. See what else we can find here. Don't know if there's anything new we can catch in this area. Is there at least any new items we can find over here? Nope. This area is completely useless to us. Hello there. Yeah, let's see what you got, buddy. That is a lot of birds. Let's put you to sleep and eat your dreams. Good work. Go to sleep, you little pieces of shit. Oh, thank goodness we're almost done this. Why'd you got so many Pokemon? Oh, that's finally done. The wind turned. See what this guy's got. Hopefully, he shouldn't give us too much trouble. Nice. And of course I get poisoned. Ugh. I'm probably gonna play some Skyrim or something after this game. Just get so monotonous playing Pokemon all day. Right, gotta heal that poison. Take this antidote. There you are, fella. Route 14. Need to use TM to teach good moves to Pokemon. Oh, I know that. I know all that. Should be able to handle this pine. Good work. Thanks for the money. Good to hear, buddy. Good to hear. Wish I had something to say right now, but these battles are just so boring. Aw, don't do that. You're still gonna die, buddy. Whip would be good, but I prefer having Slash. Not yet, buddy. Please, shut up. Marlin. You got this one, Crunches. I'm so tired right now. After these last battles, I'm probably gonna call it quits. So tired. Stop growling. You're only delaying the inevitable. Ah, so close. Alright, we'll beat this guy, and then that's gonna be it. That now. Ah, this is nice. Body Slam. 85 base power and a chance to paralyze. You bet I want that over Headbutt. And with that, I think it's going to be enough for today. I just don't have the energy to make it all the way to Fuchsia right now. Next time on Pokemon LeafGreen, we'll make our way to Fuchsia City and see what we can do there. Take care, everyone.